Welcome to Nigeria. Gabo is back on pole from Revo and the championship leader Puff. Then it's Remy Lebo, Akari Lopez and Jonathan Sims. Bogdasarov's up in 7th from the Red Devil and Verse Theo looking for some points today. Then it's Devin Butler, Linus Eriksson, the rookie, in front of UK Ball, Lawless Chaplerk and Skaselin Rotak. Salas Kynes is 15th from Marcus Nelson and Oscar Falstad. Then it's Charles Hernandez, Francis Austin, Sebastian Ocampo and Catfish down in 20th and 21st. Then it's Elliot Deli. Returning to the shortest track on the calendar here in Nigeria. All 5 lights go on in the ERL Formula E Series. And we are green in Abuja. Brilliant start there from Revo off the line. And to start this 18-lap dash, Remy Lebo also off to a very good start as they head down into turn 1. And the 2 Italian drivers have collided. Akari hits the back of Tenale Gabo, who's got massive front wing damage. Revo's got damage too. He's in 4th now from the front row. The 2 Italians come to blows. UK Ball's got damage, but from 4th on the grid, Remy Lebo now leads in Nigeria in that 27 car in front of the championship leader and Jonathan Sims. A dream start to the race for Sims Motorsport as a team. Bogdasarov, front wing damage minor of course, but now also a 5-second time penalty. Oh, forces Butler off the track. Eriksson gets a time penalty too for causing a collision. It's hectic. These opening laps almost into the wall again for Linus. And we do have someone into the wall back there. That is Elliot Deli. Got up into 20th, but suffered front wing damage too. But at the end of lap 1, the 2 front row men coming to blows down at turn 1. And you can see Gabo, look at how much damage he's got to that front wing. He's gone from 1st to 8th. And you do need a lot of that downforce around here. He's going to be tumbling down the order with Revo, who's already down to 5th and might even drop down to 6th. Verse Theo got a pretty good start there too. He's up into 7th position and might be on for those first points of the season. As the Red Devil going alongside with Revo is further back. Bogdasarov doing the same with Tenali. Up into 5th position for the Red Devil now. Hyperdrive Shooting Star dropping down the order at a rate of knots. Unfortunate for the Italian, who was really trying to mount a title challenge, but right now that challenge is being mounted by this man. France has never had a Drivers' Championship. In fact, the last time that you could see a French team seeing any type of glory is season 21, I believe. Or season 23. No, season 21. Season 20, sorry. When Revo took the World Drivers' Championship. Or season 22 when Revo and Marcus Nelson worked together to get the constructors as we begin lap 4. That was the last time that France had any type of silverware to their country's name. They have never taken a Drivers' Championship. There's never been a French World Drivers' Champion. And there's only been one Italian, and for Gabo, he was trying to make it 2. Can't quite do that right now if he's outside of the points. Currently, he would still be classified as being in the points, but Revo also dropping down the order. He's down to 8th. In my mind, if I'm working out the strategy for these teams, I think trying to go for the undercut is their only major opportunity right now. Sims has broken away 4 seconds in front of Akari. He needs to get past Puff if he's to help his teammate win this race and get Sims Porsche there 1-2 here in Nigeria. Because look at the run that Puff's got down into turn number 1. He's maintaining that gap, and yes, Revo and Gabo both into the pits, following that strategy I basically just said. So, you know, great minds think alike. And you know, Hyperdrive and Nissan Dragon, they are both not in the top 10 at all, by no metric. Ocampo, he's had a pretty good race start. He's made up a few positions to be up in 17th, but it's still not the result that either team wants. And you know, they're both in the constructors fight with Panasonic Jaguar and Red Bull Sims Porsche. They need to get some good results here if they can just try and close up. And oh, full course caution, it's Linus Eriksson and Marcus Nelson. Oh dear. Major damage for the number 13. He's been given a time penalty, but Eriksson, the rookie driver, he was carrying a 10-second time penalty already. He is out. In comes Ocampo, Nelson, and Catfish. All three of these drivers champions, and my goodness me, major front wing damage for the 13. Mediums go on for Catfish, softs for Ocampo and for Nelson, so I think these guys are bargaining on a two-stop race today. And we are back under the green flags here in Nigeria. Remy LeBeau still leading the pack as he's done ever since turn 2, lap 1. But this is the closest that the Scotsman, Ewa Puff, the reigning drivers champion, has ever been. Joined the Formula E Series in season 23. Driving for Jaguar as they rebranded from Kiro Raceco. 10-second time penalty for Daniel Bogdasarov. He's really roughing it up. Goes around the outside of U-Cable. Forces him close to the wall. Could have been contact, but thankfully for both drivers, it isn't, and Bogdasarov takes that 7th position. But for how much longer? Because look at that. He's got so much wear, does the 89, but he can still probably go for a move. Leclerc has hit the back of him. I think we could start seeing some pit stops for the guys further up the order. 7 laps on those soft tyres might be the limit in terms of grip. I think we could see the actual overall limit in terms of tyre wear being the halfway point of this race. So don't expect Ewa Puff to be extending for too much longer. And of course, that number 9. Becoming a champion in your second ERL season is not an easy feat. But for Ewa Puff, it just didn't really seem like his prior seasons in the ERL were leading up to us. We've got more drivers into the pits versus Theo Bogdasarov, U-Cable, and Falstad. You know, for Ewa Puff, as we see Bogdasarov serve that 10-second time penalty, he had got 1 IndyCar win in Season 1, joins Jaguar, and can barely even struggle to get the win. Season 24 was just so out of left field to see him not just contending, but winning the championship. We have never really seen that happen before with any drivers. Ocampo really making the most of his new softs. He moves up into 9th position. He is the highest of all of the drivers who have come into the pits. He is really working it out on strategy. In comes the race leader, Remy LeBeau, and the Red Devil as well. Interesting from Jaguar to pull in the 99 before the 9. Track limits for Ewa Puff as Jonathan Sims takes the lead. Attack mode for Ewa Puff, though, uses attack charge as well, reclaims the race lead that was just about taken from him. These two struggling with their tyres, but forced to do some unbelievable extending on their strategies, as Butler having to defend from Catfish after being overtaken by Sebastian Ocampo. That defense didn't go too well for the Briton, who are also struggling with tyres here. Just taking a look at these guys who have just come out of the pits. Remy LeBeau 2 seconds in front of Theo. He is 12 seconds off of the race lead. I think he should be good to go. In come the top 2, and Daniel Bogdasarov, who's got a front puncture. Puncture for the 97, and that's going to take him out of contention. It's a very, very short lap here, so a puncture like that can absolutely wreck your race. And for Ewa Puff, he is not going to be leading. That right there is Remy LeBeau. He's on the back of the 2 Italians, who are also coming to blows again. Rubbing that rear tyre of Remo was Remy LeBeau there. He's going to get past the number 7. Those two have just been at each other's necks all race long. Akari Lopez is the only man out there who is yet to stop. It will be Ocampo from Catfish and Nelson, the top 3. Can you believe Ocampo leading this race, though? Like, he was down the order with Catfish as those two side by side almost forced into the wall. Oh my goodness, that number 29, Tonali Gabo, has been so aggressive all race long. Akari Pitts has served that time penalty, we believe. Yes, he has, and he's going to drop down the order. It is now Nelson up in second position. Those soft tyres wearing down a lot. These three, all going on that two-stop strategy. Don't know if it'll work out, because we've seen those mediums can do 10 laps, so I think Remy LeBeau could be on for the one-stop strategy. It'll be very hard to do, but it should work for him. Ocampo leads the pack from Marcus Nelson and Awful Catfish, but these guys definitely going to have to pit very soon. They're at 52% tyre wear, roughly. And first, Theo's heading off as I think he has at someone. Oh no! It's the two Jaguars! Rotak has been given a time penalty for causing a collision, but Revo and Tenali Gabo both into the pits. Theo was involved in that, but the two Jaguars have come to blows, and it's a 5-second time penalty for Puff, who almost puts his teammate into the wall. Lets Jonathan Sims just drive by him. But for the reigning champion and championship leader too, that was such an unexpected thing to hear. Gabo's been given a time penalty. That's very expected. Cable is darting between the two Panasonic Jaguars. And you know, the way that Puff's been driving, it's almost looked like the number 10's been back there. The British number 10, not the Philippines number 10. Of course, Ronnie Sola. Oh, Rosak! Scatterlin Rosak also off. 10-second time penalty as the Red Devil struggles once again. Ocampo's in for his second stop. Remy LeBeau is now leading this race. He's overtaken Catfish for the lead with 5 laps to go. There's Theo is back up into the podium positions. Revo has been given a time penalty. As you can see, these guys come out of the pits. Side by side between Revo and Deli. These two not even fighting for points. He's going to go for the lunge. Forces him off the track. Track limits warning. He'll be allowed to keep that position. But my goodness, the two Italians who have really been fighting hard for everything this season. You know, you've seen that just throughout this race. Francis Austin is the highest placed Italian driver in this race, and he's not even the points. And you know, Italy, such a country of success in the ERL. As you can see, that's close to the wall for Akari. Cable's come in for his second stop. Rounding that final turn, contact Hernandez into the back of Akari. Little bit of a raise for the Pinnacle Motorsport car into the air. Ocampo goes by and into the wall. Marcus Nelson has hit the barriers. Front wing damage for the 13. And we've got barely any time left in the race. That is going to end his day. It's not for the fact that he's got damage. It's for the fact that, well, if he comes in, it'll be his third stop. Not even his second. That's terrible for Marcus. That's gonna be truly race ending. Sims is currently breathing down the neck of his former employer. Catfish is pitted. Vestio also into the pits. Falstad also in. So these guys are really not sure on the one stop working out. I think we could see Sims Motorsport, however, go for that one-stop strategy. Puff currently running up in third, and Scatterlin Rosak is running up in fourth position. But currently, it would be Mercedes EQ taking that third podium spot for an all-German constructor on the podium. And a 1-2 for Sims Motorsport as well. But you can see Puff really struggling for pace with how much damage has been taken to that front wing. Not having the downforce through the corners that, you know, he would like. As there goes the Red Devil, also struggling with downforce, but really just hustling that Panasonic Jaguar. Trying to get it up into 6th, and he drops down to 8th instead, as the two Philippine champions duel over 6th as Remy LeBeau has come in for his second stop. Ocampo, time penalty, colliding with Akari Lopez. Sims now leads with 2 laps to go. His teammate is coming back into this race on the medium tyres. Which Sims Motorsport strategy is going to work here? Gabo further up, 10-second time penalty, causing a collision with Marcus Nelson. Tries to look for a way to get past, gets covered off. Francis Austin is really acting as a little stopgap here. Remy LeBeau still up into the points in 10th position, currently slated to be finishing about 6th, I think. So it's not the end of the world, as he's now almost gone past Revo. He's alongside with the multiple-time Formula E champion. Gets around the outside of him, and as we begin the penultimate lap, he's forced Gabo off the track. That's payback. That's karma, in my opinion. I don't think there should be a penalty for that. Nelson gets forced off the track because Remy LeBeau is out there. He is a man driving angry. He's going for that podium position. He knows all he has to do now to get back onto the podium, at least, is get past Kari Lopez or Carlos Sainz. These two are dueling over what could be 2nd and 3rd, because Ocampo and Path, as we already know, they've got time penalties. They are going to drop down the order. Where they are on track is not where they will finish. Bogdasarov is really extending tyres, and so is Carlos Sainz. 29% for Carlos. He should still make it to the end, but it's going to be really touch and go for this man. Trying to get a 2nd position finish. Just look at the mid-pack. My goodness me. Remy LeBeau is on the precipice of a podium. Here he comes on the final lap. Gets past Akari, past Sainz, and past Puff as well. Carlos Sainz looking for a way to get past the British driver in front of him. Meanwhile, further upfield, a British driver is certainly leading this race. Remy LeBeau right now going after 2nd. He's 3rd on the road, but he needs to close that gap to Ocampo, and I think he's just about going to do it. Meanwhile, his teammate has stretched the tyres perfectly. Could have been the strategy that Remy LeBeau was going to be on, but it would have been a lot more touch and go. But for Jonathan Sims, in the number 11, he wins the Abuja ePrix and takes a 1-2 finish for Red Bull Sims Porsche. As you saw there, Akari Lopez going wide off the track. Remy LeBeau will be classified as 2nd. And into the wall, Catfish! Catfish into the barriers. My goodness me, that midfield fun and energy that yours getting the ERL, definitely seen today. Hernandez will be classified in 20th as Bogdasarov coming across the line right now, a lap down. But this is your podium. 1-2 finish for Red Bull Sims Porsche rather, and Sebastian Ocampo still scraping away a podium finish despite that 5-second time penalty. It is, however, Jonathan Sims taking victory from Remy LeBeau and Sebastian Ocampo. Your top 3 following them is Carlos Sainz, Arthur Catfish, and Akari Lopez, the top 6, with Falstad, Cable, Puff, and Francis Austin being your point scorers. First, Theo just out of the points once again from Marcus Nelson and Devin Butler. Then it's Wallace Leclerc, Elliot Daly, Revo, the Red Devil, and Tenali Gabo from Rotak. Hernandez, Bogdasarov, and Linus Eriksson, the only non-finisher. In the driver's standings heading into the next round of the championship, it's a lot tighter up front. We've definitely got a 5-way fight for the championship between Path, who's already taken one, Remy LeBeau, who's going for his first, Revo, who's taken 4 somehow, Jonathan Sims, who's yet to take a driver's championship, but has taken a constructor's back in season 22. And Tenali Gabo, who was partnered with Catfish in that championship winning season. Best of the rest currently sits with the Red Devil in 6th position, 5 points up on the season 10 and 21 drivers champion Cable, who's in front of the season 18 world drivers champion Oscar Falstad. Carlos Sainz, brilliant career resurgence to be up there in 9th in the standings, with Sebastian Ocampo currently forming the cut-off line for the season 25 chase for the cup. Daniel Bogdasarov is in 11th from Linus Eriksson and Marcus Nelson. Then it's Lawrence Leclerc, Elliot Daly, Arthur Catfish, Akari Lopez from Austin, Butler, Rosak, and Hernandez, with Verst Theo yet to score. In the constructors standings heading out of round number 9, Red Bull Sims Porsche lead the pack from Panasonic Jaguar and DS Hyperdrive. Then it's Dragon Nissan, best of the rest in the constructors from Power Motorsport and MS Amlin Andretti. Then it's Team Edam's Renault 1 point in front of McLaren TGR, with a tie for 9th between Mercedes EQ and Pinnacle Motorsport. Mercedes currently 9th in the standings on Carlos Sainz's points alone, but it is Mahindra Racing at the very back of the pack. Well then, heading into round 10 in Berlin, this has been an amazing race. A 1-2 finish for Sims Porsche. Jonathan Sims taking victory in round 9. But from all of us here at Sparkplug Motorsports, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time when the ERL returns.